Okay, ladies and gentlemen, August is giving us some shit, and the Mechanic Resurrection is definitely on that list. The thing is about the Mechanic Resurrection is that it's just a boring fucking film. And I don't care which way you say. I don't care if you got a hard on for Statham or Alba or Tommy Lee Jones or Michelle Yeoh. And I like the people in this movie, but boy, do they not give any fucking effort. Like at all, really. The Mechanic Resurrection, at first, it does kind of start very well. The opening scene, whatever it may be, he goes to his meeting, he's jumping off of a glider for some reason, and he's hanging on, you know, that shit they kind of use in like Far Cry 3, he's going on to that. That's kind of a fun thing. Starts with some action, that's good. The problem is, right after that is where the movie takes a big dive. The movie just starts to get boring, they kind of do a lot of setup-ish. And it's just a lot of nothing going on. Michelle Yeoh is in this movie. She plays a bartender. And granted, I think the only reason Michelle Yeoh is even a bartender is so that she can get a drink easily and forget how bad the script is. Jessica Alba and Jason Statham, they have no chemistry whatsoever. And I'm telling you this right now, they would have been better off as friends or incested brother and sister, because that would have at least came across a little bit believable. Their relationship just kind of happens. He saves her, and then boom, they have to, you know, they love each other so much. And then she gets taken, he has to save her, whatever, because he loves her, or what. I don't give a fuck. The thing is, though, the movie itself is just very slowly paced, and I feel like there's a lot of things not happening at all. Michelle Yeoh's in it for about 10 minutes. Jessica Alba's doing the equivalent to nothing. Now, granted, Jessica Alba comes back to the beach, and just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, for Jessica Alba, she does this, and she's essentially not doing anything. Her acting itself is just kind of okay. There's this one scene in this movie where she literally says, "I'm not going to help you kill." And then I literally looked at the screen, and I was just like, I don't know what happened, but Jessica Alba, your acting just took 10 years backwards. Back to Blue Crush, or whatever the fuck it was, whatever the movie was with Paul Walker. This movie itself has some decent kills. I thought the action scenes, for the most part, even though there's very few in between, there's only like 3 of them really, I thought they were actually acceptable. I thought they reminded me like Hitman the Game. If you enjoyed that, you're going to really enjoy those. Tommy Lee Jones is in the movie, and he's pretty much looking like a bald Chinian. If you know what that is, great. But the thing is, Tommy Lee Jones, brace yourself, he gives this movie life. I am not joking. He gives this movie life. The problem, he gives this movie life, a shot of adrenaline, in the last like 10 minutes of this film, because he's only in it for about maybe 6 minutes, but he comes in like the last 15, which really doesn't make any sense. The plot is so simple, but they carry it out in such a convoluted and confusing way, because it goes like this, right? Here's the basic plot. He pretty much has a meeting about killing these people, these 3 people which he eventually has to kill. Has his meeting. He says, fuck off, I'm not going to do that. Hides, he goes to this place, he meets Jessica Alba, starts to fall for her. They take Jessica Alba, he has to do the jobs because they took Jessica Alba, which is very confusing, because why wouldn't they just fucking have the relationship of Jessica Alba and Jason Statham at the very beginning? Then they could kind of play around, they could have that meeting, boom, then he could say fuck off, they could take Jessica Alba and then do the same thing over again. That would have made a lot more sense than doing that way that they actually did in the movie, because it just makes things feel a little bit too convoluted and ridiculous, and everybody just kind of feels very, very wasteful. Nobody gives enough energy inside of this thing. And the thing about Statham that really bugs me in this movie is just that the guy is literally playing up to his strengths, and he's not even challenging himself. He talks about superhero movies having, you know, too much CGI, which is a bit ironic, because this movie has some of the worst CGI I've seen in a couple of scenes. From that water shit, which is stupid pool, to a fucking thing at the very beginning, and the dinner scene has shitty CGI. So for Statham, the guy can actually act, but he is not even fucking trying in this movie. He's just doing whatever comes natural, and whether you like it or not, that's the fucking truth. Statham can act. He can do the bank job, he can do Snatch, one of my favorite movies. Those are great. Do something else, because I've never been more bored with Jason Statham than in this movie. The first Mechanic with him was okay. It was okay. Charles Bronson's Mechanic was cool. Granted, Charles Bronson did play kind of like Charles Bronson's strengths, but he actually took chances to actually do something else. Statham in here, he does nothing. He's doing the exact same thing. Him, Alba got no chemistry. Tommy Lee Jones is only in it for 6 minutes. Michelle Yeoh's drinking her ass off. And then everything else is just worthless. The villain, any relationship in this movie is literally be like, okay, we kind of know Statham. Everybody knows Statham. But they don't build shit up to actually make you believe that. The villain and him, apparently they knew each other as kids. At least that's what I remember. But everything just kind of feels like it's just thrown. Nothing makes sense. It's convoluted, and it's just straight up fucking boring. I don't care if you be like, well, maybe it's a decent action movie to waste my time with. Sure, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. That's on you. But that's just my thoughts. Go ahead, see it. Waste your fucking money. It ain't my problem. I'm just telling you what I see, and what I see is shit. Don't take it personal, but that's a fact. Comment, subscribe, and like. I'm Chris Smith, and I'm signing out.